All right, thanks everybody for joining the closing session today. So today we heard a lot about emerging data and industry perspective for improving longitudinal population studies. We started with Madeleine Thompson, which I thought gave us a good wake-up call about, this is meant to be a decade of action, and we seem to be failing taking action following the Paris Agreement and improving climate. And it's going to be really critical to include climate data into health research and decision-making. Michelle Rapsay gives us a short update about COVID in South Africa, a coronavirus host genomic study. Marianne Davis and Valentina Martuffi told us all about building virtual cohort to leverage health data. And I thought it was very striking to hear about how the rate of COVID death overtook highly in older population the other deaths, such as what's related with alcohol consumption. We've had a great introduction to cohort in a box. Both David Glaser and Shimon Arora provided a lot of information about how they're looking about building that box. Shimon actually jumped right away in the follow-up panel discussion on using clouds with cohorts, and we've heard interesting comments from both Augustin Ridden and Emily Jefferson, and that was hosted by Thomas Keane. We've had a very short update from David Hughes on colorectal cancer and how that correlates with BMI measurements at different stages in life. We've then heard from our industry panel participants, so Cindy Lowley, Peter Wurtz, and Heiko Renz, who provided really several interesting perspectives on proteomics, high-throughput metabolomics profiling, and the importance of human data to really target the drugs that have the higher probability to succeed in clinical trial. And I think Scott has made a big action item that we really need to follow up with our industrial partners on collaboration opportunities with IHCC. We finished with two roundtables, the starter pack on policy documents and guideline, which was hosted by Nikki Tiffin, and we had lots of discussion around consent and dynamic consent. And there was a second one hosted by Hakan Akanason and Wuchi Shu on polygenic risk score and metabolomics data assessment by trans-ancestry analysis. Looking forward to seeing you all tomorrow for day 3, same day, same time, same place. We'll talk about challenges, best practices, and the lesson learned from low and middle income countries, but also low resource settings. So do join us tomorrow. Have a great rest of the day, and looking forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Thanks.